Good day, YouTube. JD here. Today is June 28th, 2016. This video actually came from two people. That would be Angel and Danny. And the general idea of both questions was, how do we use music or sound in ritual? And I have a couple different ways that I do that. The first of which is actually a album that can be found on iTunes, Amazon, wherever you can get good albums from. You can even buy the physical CD. It's called Circle in a Box, and it's created by Lisa Stewart, who is, I believe, a actual country artist. The time that I checked, this is like the only thing she's ever done that was pagan or had anything to do with Wicca at all. And it's a beautiful album art. It's got different powerful symbols on it, but it has 13 tracks, starting with a track to kind of concentrate the area, raise the vibrations, get ready to create the base to actually build a circle upon. It takes you all the way through down, invoking the god and goddess, inviting the quarters, and the way it does it, it's not just Lisa on there. There's also other people on there as well to kind of give your ritual the power that you would have if you were, say, in a coven, or if you didn't have your coven with you, you could use this CD and kind of have them there energetically. And the energy is real; you can feel it. My favorite track on the entire CD is actually the end track, track 13, and it has a really popular song in magic circles, and the song is just a way to kind of put a seal on all of the energy that was there. I've used it with a few family members, and they themselves found how magical it was. I would say that the magic is almost to the level of the winter solstice, when the sun is rebirthed, and you can actually feel the joy of the earth and just the overall energy levels raising tremendously. It kind of has that kind of power in it. I mean, they do use the term blessed be quite a bit, just letting all the spirits and ancestors, men who love men, all of the energy, ancestors of men who love men, everybody that you use can kind of be ushered off with pure happiness using that track. The second thing would be binaural beats. I've used those. I love them nowadays, especially because when I used to use them, there were no apps for them, 10 years ago. 8 years ago, even 5 years ago, there were almost no apps out there. Now there's an explosion of apps with binaural beats. You can get them, or you can actually buy ones for astral projection now. It's so crazy how many binaural beats are out there now. But using that really quickly, if I don't have time to to actually get myself into a trance state, I can use that, and it kind of pushes you toward a trance state in minutes, like 5 or 10 minutes versus 30 minutes of meditation. So I think it's a really good tool. Christopher Penzak's meditation CD. He has a lot of good drum tracks on there, a variety of drum tracks. If you are the type of person who doesn't like a rattle in your drum tracks, he has some that does and doesn't have the rattle. He even has some guided meditations. I'm not really big on too many guided meditations because sometimes the voice can kind of distract me. I like to go on my own journey. I like to control my own journey. I kind of want to point myself where I want to go. So I haven't really used too many of his guided meditations, but they're there if you want to use them. Stephen Halperin's Crystal Bowl soundtrack, or his album. Stephen Halperin makes a number of brainwave-like things. He's been in this whole brainwave thing for a long time, and they are amazing. If you ever heard of Crystal Bowl, you know the power that they have. If you haven't, you kind of deserve the chance to feel a crystal bowl, and having his Crystal Bowl soundtracks is the closest thing to actually having a crystal bowl with you. The particular soundtrack I'm talking about, if you just search for it on Spotify or something, it'll have a giant crystal bowl there, and it'll be kind of like a purplish bluish background, and it's designed to balance out your chakras. I've heard people actually astral projecting once they listen to the whole soundtrack before bed. So it's a very powerful thing. In fact, if you all have the time, if somebody has the time, go ahead and listen to the whole track before you go to sleep with the intention of astral projecting. Let me know if it works down below. I'll check it out and see if we can get a correspondence going back and forth. because it has worked for at least one person that I know and got a full-on projection. So I think it's a very powerful thing to have. And I believe that's everything with the way I use sound. I would love to know how some of you all use sound down below. Let me know if there's a certain physical object that you like to use that produces a sound that's really, really nice. I want to know. Put them down below, and we'll have a good conversation about it. Thank you all for listening to me. I hope you all had a wonderful summer solstice. I believe the next time I see you all will probably be right around Lunasa, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, and one more thing. I actually met a fan of the Pagan Perspective, I want to say about a week ago. Um, Chris, I did see your request, and I've been extremely busy, but I'm going to see if I can get that taken care of for you. So I do appreciate you contacting me and taking the time to make that request, and I'll go ahead and get that taken care of as soon as I can. I haven't forgot about you, Chris. Um, Other than that, thank you all for watching, and blessed be.